Hello and welcome to Open Line. I'm Starlene Stringer. In Irving and all over the country, baby boomers are now in their golden years, and demand for services and programs to address the needs of seniors is expected to increase greatly over the next 2 decades. This edition of Open Line will look at the programs provided by the Heritage Senior Center and their partnership with 3 very important organizations: VNA Texas, the Senior Source, and the Dallas Area Agency on Aging. Joining me for the first segments are Cheryl Jones, Director of Donor Relations at Visiting Nurse Association of Texas, or VNA Texas; Renee Perry, Chief Operating Officer at the Senior Source; and Ann Gillespie, Supervisor of the Heritage Senior Center. Later in the show, we'll talk with representatives from the Dallas Area Agency on Aging, who have important news on Medicare enrollment and other benefits for seniors. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to start with you, Renee, and give you the first question so that people will know what the mission of the Senior Source actually is.
All right, well, great, thank you. So the Senior Source has actually been around since 1961, and our mission is really quite simple: to improve the quality of life for older adults in the greater Dallas area. And so we know that people age very differently, and so we want to ensure that we have programs and services in place for that whole spectrum of how folks are aging, and whether their needs are physical, emotional, financial, that we have programs and services to support them. And we've, throughout our history, been very fortunate to partner with the city of Irving and specifically with the Heritage Senior Center. And so we do a lot of different services around assisting, protecting, and connecting older adults with everything from employment to volunteer opportunities, and then supporting our most vulnerable older adults in long-term care facilities.
Wonderful. Thank you for that description. And now we're going to come to you, Cheryl, because I want to hear about VNA Texas and what your mission is.
Well, thank you for having us. VNA has been around since 1934. We started with 2 tenacious ladies who wanted to help the women and children who were struggling and needed help during the Depression in the tent cities of West Dallas. Our mission is to help seniors age with dignity and independence at home. We do that through a few programs. The one program we may be best known for is VNA Meals on Wheels. We do serve here, particularly in the Irving area. We have a lot of clients in this area, but we serve all of Dallas County. And then we also have VNA Hospice Care and VNA Palliative Care in 13 North Texas counties.
Wonderful, thank you. And now, last but not least, we're going to come to you, Ann, and we may have a lot of viewers that are familiar with what you do, but for those who are not sure what the mission of your organization is or your center, can you tell us?
Well, our primary mission is, we are Parks and Rec Department, so our mission is for seniors to come out to the Heritage Center, which is a recreation center for seniors, 50 plus. They come and they play, is what I say. They come and play in all different ways. We have many different types of classes, from physical fitness to computer to education to trips. And we try to cover a wide spectrum of activities, because we have a wide range of seniors in Irving, from 50 and older, from all different backgrounds. And so we try to offer a big variety of activities for our seniors so that they can socialize and just keep going and moving and growing and enjoying their later years.
Wonderful. Renee, I want to come back to you a little bit and talk about some of those programs you spoke of. Can you tell us what kind of programs you offer for seniors?
Sure. So, like I said, we work with that whole spectrum for how people are aging. And so for more active older adults, we've got volunteer programs to help connect people with opportunities to either work with other seniors or children who have special needs. We work with a wide range of nonprofits, several here in Irving, placing older adult volunteers with something that they're passionate about and able to connect and make a difference. And then we have employment assistance, helping older adults who are looking for a job, whether that's full-time or part-time. And so we do a lot of work in employment and helping connect older adults with meaningful employment. And then with our Elder Financial Safety Center, we're doing a lot of work around ensuring that older adults are financially secure. And so that could look very different depending on each person's situation. So ensuring that they have the right benefits that they're eligible for. If employment is a desire, helping them connect with that employment, assisting them if they've been victimized by frauds or scams. I mean, you guys, I know, are aware 1 in 9 older adults is the victim of fraud, scams, or exploitation.
So sad.
And that number is growing. And sadly, most cases are not reported. And so we want to ensure that older adults are aware if they've been victimized or if they have concerns. We want to support them and assist with helping them prevent that exploitation, or if it has happened, helping them recover from it. So often that loss is incredibly difficult to overcome for seniors, and so we want to ensure that we're doing everything we can to help stabilize them and support them as they move forward. So,
that's wonderful.
And so just a variety of different services there. We also have our long-term care ombudsman program that really works with the most vulnerable older adults in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. And we're incredibly grateful for the city of Irving, who recognizes that vulnerability and helps support in the city of Irving specific ombudsman staffing, so that ombudsman is dedicated to the community of Irving and visiting those facilities in Irving, handling concerns and complaints, addressing quality of care and quality of life issues. The state of Texas overall does not rank very highly in quality nursing home care, so there's a lot of work to be done. Most people in facilities don't have visitors, so there's no one coming in to check on them and to see issues, and so it's a huge issue, and so we're grateful for that ombudsman who is advocating on their behalf.
Wonderful. When you talk about advocating on their behalf, there are a lot of seniors who are taking care of elderly people, and so you have caregiver programs too, don't you?
Absolutely. Caregiving is a huge topic, and 1 in 4, so of the 4 of us sitting here, one of us either is currently caregiving for an aging loved one or will soon be. And so we do have a caregiver support program that's working with those caregivers. Oftentimes it's an adult child, just helping them navigate those challenges and understanding the resources that exist.
Wonderful. Now, Ann, I want to ask you how the Heritage Senior Center partners with the Senior Source to make people aware of some of these programs that are available.
Well, the Senior Source has always been, very helpful to us, because Irving Heritage Senior Center is also called the Office on Aging because we do a lot of referrals. We do not have a social worker on staff, so we do a lot of referrals, and thank goodness for the Senior Source because they have a lot of wonderful resources and can get us a lot of good information that we do share. They've often come over and they still do educational programs, anything from ombudsman to the employment. They have senior companions, and so they help to educate our seniors and let them know where they can get help and how they can work with them. So they're a wonderful resource for us.
Sounds like it. And I know you also partner with VNA Texas on important programs, including Meals on Wheels. How does that work, that partnership?
Meals on Wheels is actually our vendor for our congregate meal lunch program. We serve lunch every day. It's a congregate meal program that is provided through a grant through DAAA, actually is one of the sponsors of that, along with the City of Irving, that provides a lunch that is a $1 suggested donation, and the VNA is the vendor who brings in the food for the program. And it's a great lunch program because the meals are all balanced in their nutritional codes that seniors need, as far as no salt and low sugar is all there. And then they also distribute their Meals on Wheels from Heritage Senior Center facility, which is really nice. They come with their coolers and all of their wonderful volunteers. It's like a bunch of little ants. You watch them, they come and they get all their meals and they go to whatever routes that they have to do. And so it's been a great partnership. And we're really proud that we can partner with them on that, because it's just it's a nice space for them, and it's also good for our seniors in the community.
Definitely. And thank you for telling us about that. And I want to come back to you, Cheryl, because in addition to programs like Meals on Wheels, you also really help seniors as their health begins to decline. You have different types of care that you offer. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. So VNA Hospice was actually the first hospice in the state of Texas. We began providing the service in 1978. We actually helped develop the Medicare hospice benefit that's still available today. So hospice care is end-of-life care. A physician will provide an order for hospice care if they have reason to believe that a patient is within the last 6 months of life. We provide care to the patient, but also to the family. It's a whole care team, a nurse, an aide, a social worker, a chaplain, and so it's really a very well-rounded program that provides services for the patient as well as the family following the death of their loved one for 13 months. We also provide palliative care, which is actually the first Medicare-sponsored home-based palliative care program in North Texas. This is a pilot program that we're hoping will become a benefit for Medicare in the long term. It provides many of the similar services of hospice. It still has that in-home support with a nurse, a registered nurse navigator, also provides care coordination. And the most important thing about palliative care to remember is that the patient receives that in-home support, the family gets that support, but the patient can continue treatment. So if they're not quite ready to end some sort of treatment, maybe chemotherapy or radiation, things along those lines, that won't affect their ability to continue receiving that in-home support, and they'll keep their Medicare benefits intact.
So what can you tell us? What do caregivers need to know about choosing hospice care, let's say over extended institutional care? How do they balance which one to choose, or what do they do?
The important thing to remember about hospice is that we provide it wherever a patient calls home. Okay. So there are some folks who do receive hospice care in a long-term care setting. Okay. But ultimately, hospice began, the idea of it is to provide care in the home, because most of us want to stay at home. That's where we feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. So as far as choosing a hospice, there are a lot of things to keep in mind. One of the main things I would suggest is making sure that the hospice is focused on the quality of life for the patient. Ultimately, we want to make sure the patient's quality of life is the best it can be for whatever they want it to look like in the final days, weeks, months of their life. But also the support of the family. Make sure that the hospice agency is going to be supportive of those family members and give them that additional treatment that they need, treatment support as they move forward in dealing with the passing of their loved one and after that. There is a website folks can go to, hospicecompared.gov. That is a Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services website where folks can compare different hospice agencies. It can be difficult because there are so many in the area, but that's a good place to start and can give some good information.
Thank you for that. And let me ask you, we're just about out of time, but I want to start with you and ask you, what steps can seniors take really to promote their own health and well-being?
I think one of the most important things is to make sure that they have a medical home. There are a wide variety of resources that we can provide. We do have a lot of resources on our website as well, trying to make sure that they are aware of what's available to them in the area and keeping their health as the forefront.
What would you like to add to that, Renee?
You know, I think also for older adults, if you don't know what your options are, you might as well not have any. And so understanding these resources that we have, that we're fortunate to have in the Irving area, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And so reaching out and connecting with one of our organizations to really understand more about the variety of services that could be specifically helpful to each older adult. I think informed decision making is so important, and understanding options.
I had to write that down. I'm like, that is beautiful. If you don't know what your resources are, you might as well not have any. I am using that today. Yes, I am going to be spreading that around. That's going on my Facebook. Okay, I'll give you credit. And then I'm going to come to you, Ann, and say the same thing. What would you recommend seniors do? What steps should they take?
I fully agree. A lot of them don't know what's out there, and there is so much, and it's getting better and better because the boomers are here. And I think something as far as our community and senior center is concerned is not to be isolated, to know that they can come there. Even if they don't want to participate, they can come and have a cup of coffee and just be around people so they're not lonely, and that they can choose whatever they want to do at the center, or like Renee said, with the options that are out there. So that's the main thing, is that they don't have to be alone. They need to come and participate and thrive.
I love it. And there are a lot of seniors that needed to hear that, and also the caregivers of seniors too. So thank you, ladies, for being here with us. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. We'll be back with Ann and representatives from the Dallas Area Agency on Aging in just a moment. We're back with Ann Gillespie, supervisor of the Heritage Senior Center, and Carolyn Tolliver and Michelle Dickinson with the Dallas Area Agency on Aging. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Well, Ann, we learned a little bit about Heritage just a minute ago. We talked about the Heritage Senior Center and what you offer, but for those who may not be familiar with some of the amenities there, can you fill us in?
Oh yes, I love to brag about Heritage. It's a beautiful facility. It was opened in December of 2003, which is a centennial year for City of Irving. The building is going to celebrate its anniversary, 17 years as far as this site. The City of Irving has always supported its seniors, and it has for over 50-something years. But this facility came with a $7 million bond package, and it's beautiful. It has a fitness room, a gift shop, it has a dining room, it has a courtyard, it has 3 multi-purpose rooms, a craft room, a giant ballroom with a beautiful floor. It also has a billiards room, and it has, of course, I'd mentioned the courtyard, and it also has a computer lab. So it has a lot to offer. It's a beautiful facility, and we make it as busy as possible, so there's lots going on there.
It sounds wonderful, and I know you work with these organizations on great partnerships. And Michelle, I want to talk about your organization, the Dallas Area Agency on Aging, and in particular, the care coordination through the agency, that educational opportunity you have for people, and even the diabetes education programs, for example. Can you tell us more about them?
Yes, the Dallas Area Agency on Aging began in 1973, and it was born out of the Older Americans Act. We are one of 28 area agencies in the state of Texas, and the care coordination program in particular focuses on individuals that have multiple needs, that are needing services that can be anywhere from minor home repair. So one of the most vulnerable places is it could be a grab bar to help them age with dignity and respect and health and safety in their own homes. We also look at providing durable medical equipment if they're not covered by Medicare, which could be incontinence supplies, wipes. We also look at providing personal assistance if they're needing a little bit of extra help in the home as well.
And another question for you is, what is the Matter of Balance program, and why is it important?
The Matter of Balance program is provided by a program that's offered through the Dallas Area Agency on Aging, evidence-based program. And what the evidence-based program does is it's comprised of several different components. Matter of Balance focuses on individuals' abilities to keep their balance and to prevent falls, to keep their strength up. It also covers diabetes awareness to make sure to prevent individuals from becoming diabetic. They also do health med screenings, and they are out in the community right now with that initiative since this is Diabetes Awareness Month.
Wonderful. What other health programs should our audience know about?
We also have a caregiver component that provides assistance to caregivers. What the Dallas Area Agency on Aging has found is that caregivers tend to they take care of everybody but themselves. And we need to be able to help them get a break by providing respite care to where we would allow them to we would help them to get somebody to come in to take care of that loved one, for them to go to the Heritage Senior Center for maybe that meal, or to be involved in maybe your swim program, the Tai Chi I think they used to have at one point. It also allows them to maybe even go to the doctor, because if something happens to that caregiver, who's going to take care of that care recipient?
Yeah, so tell me more about the Caregiver Support Program.
The Caregiver Support Program is an initiative that we feel very strongly about. Some of the things that we can do, again, are some minor home repairs, building a ramp to help them get that care recipient out of the home, to help them get to a doctor's appointment. We can help with, again, the incontinence supplies that they may need help with. We can, again, help with the respite care. We contract with the Senior Source for their Senior Companion Program. It may just be somebody that we can match with the Senior Source to where they could come in and they could have like topics. They could just sit and talk. They could play bridge, something that gives them a little bit of interaction and break that isolation.
Sure. And how do viewers go about accessing these programs?
They can contact our agency through the Community Council at 214-871-5065, and we will take an intake, and then a home assessment is conducted by our care managers.
Now, you talked about the benefits counseling. How does that work exactly?
The benefits counseling program, this is Carolyn Tolliver.
Carolyn,
She is the queen of our benefits counseling program.
Okay.
So fill us in.
Yes, our benefits counseling program is, we try to provide easy access to services and agencies that will help to enhance the seniors' quality of life. Mm-hmm. So we serve the 60-plus population of Dallas County. We are one, like Michelle said, we are one of 28 area agencies on aging, and we only serve Dallas County. But when it comes to your Medicare, we serve any age that may be on Medicare. We also provide counseling, individualized counseling. Heritage Senior Center is one of the places that we've been going to for the last 25 years, where I would have one of our benefits counselors to counsel or enroll seniors into different prescription plans or Medicare plans, and also to get help to pay for their Medicare costs.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Medicare, because I know the Medicare enrollment deadline is fast approaching. What do our viewers need to know about that?
Medicare enrollment is the end of December the 7th, as long as they are switching their plan, if they want to switch their plan, as long as they have switched by midnight of December 7th. Their new plan will begin January of 2020. Right now, we have about 10 different locations where we'll have our benefits counselors stationed, where they will be helping people to what we call our 4 C's of Medicare. They're helping people find the plan that is the most convenient. They'll talk about their coverage, their costs, and of course the most important thing is customer service. Getting the information from the plan to make sure that everything is going in their direction and it's going to be helping them. So we are fast to have the counselors available in those locations. Like I said, we have 10 more days to do the enrollment. Mm-hmm. But one thing that we're going to do is that we're going to have a one-stop shop on November 22nd at our office, where we will have all of our area agency programs represented, also the community council programs. We will be doing Medicare enrollment comparisons. We also will have information on the healthcare.gov for the quote-unquote Obama plans. We will also be having Dallas County nurses there to give flu shots. Okay. So that will be November the 22nd. So we're pretty excited about that. The other thing that is that we're going to be doing this year is that we're going to partner with Deaf Action Center, where we will go to their site and we're going to do the Medicare comparison there for the people that are deaf or hard of hearing. So we'll be able to have the sign language translators there, and we'll be able to do as many comparisons and counseling and give all the information that you're going to be needing to make a good decision and a more comfortable decision for you for your Medicare plan for next year.
Thank you, Carolyn, for addressing Medicare and talking about the great event coming up on November 22nd. But I also want to ask you a bit about some other benefits, like Social Security and other insurance. What can you tell us about that?
Social Security, that's a subject that takes about 2 days to talk about. But when it comes to benefits, you always have to look at what comes first and what comes second. Okay. And talking about Medicare and Medicaid, it is all combined, connected to Social Security. So we're able to give information about the Social Security for people that are eligible for it. And we're also able to help people with their applications if they are trying to get they have a disability and they need to get health insurance or that Social Security check, disability check early. So we also have trainings where we have Social Security representatives to come and do our trainings. We will have 4 trainings a year. Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid is the other benefit that we do applications for. So anything that has to do with Medicare and Medicaid, we provide that information. But mentioning Social Security, those that are going to get a Social Security check next year will be getting a raise.
Ooh, you made everybody happy now that has Social Security. They're like, yes, you say a raise?
It's 1.6%.
It counts.
It counts, yes. But so they're going to get a cost of living adjustment raise for 2020. One of the other things that I want to mention about Medicare and our November 22nd event, we will have counselors there who will be doing applications for people who may be eligible to receive help to pay for their Medicare costs.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So we will have that available too. Yes, we will. Our benefits counselors do those applications all the time at all of the. We have 22 different locations that we are assigning the counselors to go to monthly or quarterly, where they're able to do individualized counseling because we are unbiased. We're not connected to any insurance company, so we're there to give the person the most economical plan that they can get that's going to be useful for them.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And sometimes people just don't know how to go about getting it. So I'm glad you explained what's going on November 22nd and how they go about seeking this information. And then I want to come back to you, Michelle, and ask you about 211 and that ASSIST program.
211 is a centralized number that can access any type of health and human service resource throughout Dallas County. Our 211 here locally in Dallas County is actually housed within the community council where we're housed as well. If you were looking for services and you call 211 and your mom by chance lives in, Del Rio, Texas, they will be able to provide you with the information of who handles that 211 service, what services are available in that community as well. Our 211 service is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They answer questions not only when everybody is leaving during a disaster. Our 211 service will make sure they're safe, but then they also have that information of what services are available, where are the shelters going to be set up. They are an integral piece within that disaster movement. They also answer our aging information calls. Some of them are certified benefits counselors, so they're able to answer these basic questions of where's the local Social Security office. They answer questions about the basic needs that individuals that have. Where can I find food? Where can I get assistance with a utility bill? Because for individuals, nobody should have to make the choice between should I pay for my food or should I pay for my medication? And so they provide that information to residents of Dallas County as well as the 8 surrounding counties.
Wonderful. Y'all are providing a lot of wonderful resources that are needed here, definitely in North Texas for seniors. And we're just about out of time, but Ann, I want to come back to you so that you can touch a bit about the great programs that are offered at the Heritage Senior Center. Can you tell us about them?
Well, just to touch on what they were saying, they are coming the 26th, DAAA, to do our benefits counseling, like a big workshop. They're going to be there from 9 to 2, and that's a Tuesday. And so it's open to anybody, any senior who wants to come and talk to them about their plans and what options they have. But our programs, we have such a wide variety, which is what our goal is to have a wide variety of programs. We try to touch on the physical as well as the mental, the spiritual. We also, our main mission is for seniors to come and just enjoy themselves and to recreate and to find out information that they might need, like from DAAA, all the benefits, education from the senior source as well, and to participate and get involved and just have, the best time of their life as far as in their golden years, as they say.
Well, thank you ladies so much for all you do and for being here to tell our viewers about it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. I'm Starlene Stringer. Please be sure to join us on Thursday, December 5th for our next edition of Open Line. We'll see you then.